All right, so the next thing we're going to do is put the roads in. Um, and there's a command I'm going to show you, but we're not going to use it in the long run, but I think you should know it's there. Um, if you pick the Toposolid, it has a subdivide option, which will divide it. So if I go to subdivide, it wants to know how you want to subdivide it. So if I go to my draw panel in the sketch tab that it gives me, I can go to this pick lines. And because I have the lines already there from the model import, it will pick those. And if I hover over one of them, I can tap my tab key. So I'm just going to tap it and it will pick all the connected lines, and then I will left click. And it has this thing where it's slightly off axis. We don't really care about that. But if I left click off of it, you can see it's picked all of the connected lines, and I can just hit the check, right? And it will actually put this separate kind of subdivided surface with different properties here that I can adjust. The thing that's a little frustrating about it is that you can't push it down into the topography and recess it like you would a road. You know, a road usually recessed with a curb. So it works if you just need it for like a 2D plan or something, but we're not going to use that. So I'll just delete this, right? What we're going to do is we're going to split the element. So I'm going to go to my site plan. I'm going to go to my modify tab, and there is a split element right here in the modify. And if I click on it and I come over and pick the Toposolid, making sure to get that, it will then allow me to do a similar thing. So I go to pick lines, and if I tap my tab key again, it will pick the chain, and it has to be a closed loop. So if I click on that, picks the same lines. And then if I hit check, it yells at me for that same thing. But now I have basically two separate surfaces. Let's go ahead and I'm going to hide the model for right now, the generic model. So I'm just looking at the base. Now this works fine in this case because it's quite simple, but it does make two completely different topographies. So if you wanted to grade anything, you would have to do it separately, which is a little bit of a pain, but we're not going to be grading anything. So what I want to do is I want to edit type this and make a different type because it's the same type as the asphalt, and I want to make it a different color. And in order to do that, I have to make a different type because it's going to have different parameter settings. So I'm going to go to edit type, and I'm going to duplicate, and I'll name this urban road and click OK. So basically that makes a separate type for this Toposolid family. And so basically what I want to do is I want to change the material on it. So I'm going to edit that structure, and I'll click on the material here, and let's make it dark gray. And I'll again use render appearance here, and click OK, and click OK, and click OK. And so now I have a separate material for that. Now it would be nice if it was recessed, right? So if I pick that, if I want it recessed another 6 inches, then I'll just do -1, right? So now that pushes down. Now it's a little shorter than the topography, like it pokes out. So I can go in and edit that type, and under the structure, it allows me to change the depth of that. So if I do 1'6" and click OK and click OK, I can do that. Now it's a different color. But what I can also do, if I want to, is I can edit the type, edit that structure, and for the asphalt paving, I can actually add another layer in here. So if I go to insert, I can add, let's move this one up, right? And then let's make this one like 6 inches, right? And then I'll make this one, which I'll make the light gray, I'll make that 1 foot. Okay, and click OK. Right, and now I've got that condition, right, which is a little cleaner. You can also go in and use your join command to join these, right, and it will get rid of that line. So now I have a sunken, little divot pushed down road.